Hi everyone, Ray again. You see this picture right up here? This is of a pontoon boat that I built about 15 or 16 years ago. I already have a video of it up that I put 3 or 4 months ago, and it's become one of my most popular videos with a lot of questions. So this video, I'm going to answer all those questions. Now, I'd like to apologize first of all for my sunglasses. As you can see, I'm right next to a window here, and my eyes are extremely sensitive. That's why I have the sunglasses on. I have had very close to 600 to 700 comments on this boat, and no one ever reads any of the answers on the other questions and comments, which is why I'm doing this video. I'm going to go ahead and let this video play in the upper left-hand corner of your screen so you can see the video, and you can click on that at any time to go directly to the original video, and you can hear the voiceover that I have on that. The number one comment on this is, where did you get your PVC tubes? And the PVC tubes I bought at a local plumbing supply, a wholesale plumbing supplier, and it came in a 20-foot length. So I took a handsaw with me and I cut the pipe in half. Now, again, this was about 15, 16 years ago. I don't have video because I only took photographs. The supply was in Margate, Florida. I was living in Florida at the time. My most common number 2 question: why would you build this boat out of PVC pipe? It is so expensive. Yes, PVC pipe is expensive today. In today's prices, almost 20 years later, PVC pipe is very expensive. At the time, it was not. It was very inexpensive. It was Schedule 40, which is very heavy, and if I had to do it again, I wouldn't use Schedule 40 pipe. Number 3 most common question / comment is, the caps are so expensive. Yes, today, again, today, the caps are expensive. Yeah, the normal progression of the economy. Everything gets more expensive. At the time when I bought the pipe with the caps, the 4 caps that you see in the video, in this picture, I'm going to go ahead and put a picture of that here. All in was like 125 bucks at the time. Obviously, it's, today's are different prices. You have to weigh it out yourself if you're interested in building something like this. The next common thing that I hear is, oh, that's the wrong kind of plywood. Well, guess what? This wasn't supposed to be a forever boat. It was just something quick, and I put it together in a day. In fact, I put it together in an afternoon. That's all it was an afternoon of work, and I got this put together and in the water, and I was on the New River in Fort Lauderdale in under a day. So you can't beat the quickness of being able to build it this way. So the next question is, how much weight can the pontoon support? The way I calculated the buoyancy of the pontoons was you take the area of the void on the inside, multiply it by the length, and that gives you the volume of the tube. If you calculate the amount of cubic feet in the volume of the void, multiply that by 62, and that gives you the total amount of displacement of the void of the pontoon, and when it's fully submerged. Now, you don't want to fully submerge it. So my calculation was about 500 or so pounds. Maybe I'll take more. I don't have those numbers in front of me for the displacement of the pontoon. From that, you need to, for each pontoon. So you're talking about 1,000 pounds, maybe close to 1,100 is what I think it was. From that, you need to subtract the weight of the boat itself. So if you're talking about 1,100 pounds, minus 200 for the pontoons, minus another, I would say about 80 pounds for the decking and all that, you round that up to 300. So the total capacity fully submerged of those pontoons was about 700 pounds. So I only intended to have myself on it. So I still had a 3-to-1 safety factor. So the boat, with the weight of the boat itself and the rider, still had about 500 pounds of additional buoyancy. And you can see where the level of the pontoons are. That's about halfway. That's about right. You wouldn't want to have any more weight than that. The next most common question was, what did you use for the strapping? This was always intended to be just a temporary boat. I never intended this to be a forever boat to last me 20 years. It was a one-season kind of thing, and I ended up using it for about a year. So I used galvanized strapping, and this is like 1 inch wide. I think they came in like 10-foot long pieces. I used that, and what I did first is if you look at the video very closely, I'm gonna put a picture here of how the strapping actually came up over the deck and then down around the pontoons and across the bottom of the 2x4s. I did it like this so it can actually clamp. So I had enough pressure when I pulled it really tight, and I put the screws in at an angle so it would actually pull those straps very tightly around the pontoons. And I used 3 straps. I would say it is minimal. I would not use anything less than 3 straps. By the time I took the boat out of the water, the strapping was done. It was a year was all of that strapping was going to give me. And probably one of the most common comments is, why don't you put cones on the front? You know, you're pushing a lot of water. I did actually have cones. I had piling cones, and I'm going to put a picture of what a piling cone is. That is a vinyl piling cone, and I had them, and I put them on the day after I finished the boat, and I took all the pictures. So I actually took those pictures with film. Yes, that was a time before digital cameras were so ubiquitous, and I had to use actual film, and I had used up the roll, so I didn't have any more film to take pictures of the boat with the piling cones on. The next most common question is, how did you register this boat? The answer is, I didn't register this boat. I did not register this boat at all. I never intended to register it. I was technically using it illegally. I never got stopped, although I would definitely been in violation of the law at the time. So I took the boat out of the water, I took it apart, I gave away the platform. The pontoons had a secondary life. I took them to my sister's house. She wanted a swing set, so I said, you know what, I have a great idea for a swing set. I'm going to put a picture here so you can see the secondary life those pontoons had as a swing set in the backyard of my sister's house. And it worked out very well. They used it for years. If you're not familiar with my videos, I have a ton of boat building videos. I would say very close to 15 boat building videos. Currently, I'm working on a plywood, home-built plywood boat just from lumberyard materials. I'll put a link in the upper right. And I also have some clear boats that I've made out of clear polycarbonate. They're one-man boats. A ton of fun, very easy to make. You can do them in an afternoon. If you have any other questions or comments, please do put them in the comment section. I do read all the comments, and I do respond to all the comments. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on all my future videos. Thanks.